Hello, history students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have notes for South and Southeast Asia, Chapter 8, Section 4, Indian Society and Culture. So take a look. Three features defined Indian society and trade during the Gupta period. Social roles were defined by caste and gender, which limited the roles for women. Cities admired for their wealth and beauty, and foreign trade increased, caused by cultural diffusion, which is basically the blending of cultures to a certain degree, and the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism to Southeast Asia. And as you can see here, we've got our caste. We've mentioned that before. All of that is something that is going to be spread. The Gupta leaders supported strict social order because they thought it would keep the empire strong and stable. Relationships between occupational groups were carefully defined because the caste determined what jobs people could hold and how they should interact with others. It also helped define, simplify, and clarify responsibilities and relationships. It reduced conflicts, and groups could help each other. The major cultural and scientific achievements of the Gupta Golden Age were the Sanskrit literature, which is kind of the language of the Aryans. You had religious temples. The Buddhist temples had stupas, which is something that looks like this. It's kind of a dome shaped type of building. And Hindu temples, the most impressive of the architecture were the temples and statues that were carved out of things like rocks and cliff faces. You had metallurgy, which is the science of working with metal. Indian iron was particularly valued for its hardness and purity, made for great weapons. Advancements in mathematics. Indians were the first people to use the symbol of zero and also to use the Hindu Arabic numeral system, which is something very similar to what we have today. Medicines came from plants and minerals. They could inoculate against diseases by injecting a small amount of a virus into maybe a womb. They could also perform forms of surgery. Astronomy, they were able to identify seven of the planets in our solar system. They could also predict eclipses of the sun and the moon. Aryabhata correctly argued that the Earth rotates on its axis, which is something that we're familiar with today, and revolves around the sun. He also knew that the Earth was a sphere, and he calculated its circumference, and he came pretty close. Thank you very much.